Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk. I am Dr. Reshma, your host. Like always, we are going to talk about something that will interest you and help you understand yourself better. Today's topic is self image and transformation. Self esteem, self worth, self image. These are concepts, words that can greatly impact you, your behavior, your decisions. It is linked directly to the level of happiness. It can lower your stress. So, it is important for us to understand all these concepts. And today we have with us Dr. Sreeveni. A heartfelt welcome to Dr. Sreeveni on the show. Welcome,
Thank
Dr.
you so
Sreeveni.
much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Reshma. Thank
Yeah,
you for this opportunity. Yes.
welcome. Dr. Sreeveni is a self worth influencer and image specialist. She began her career as a physics lecturer, later ventured into training and coaching. She specializes in self transformation. She is also a recipient of many awards, such as Nari Samman, that was given in 21 and 22 to her, Grand Queen's Leadership Award in 2021, Primetime Global Icon Award for Excellence in Self Discovery and Image Transformation in the year 2020. She has received PhD in Education, Self Transformation. She has also authored two books based on her signature workshops and impacted lives of around more than 2,500 participants through her workshops. So, this is about our guest today, Dr. Sreeveni. Once again, Dr. Sreeveni, welcome on the show.
Thank you so much. It looks so nice. Thank you for that grand opening for me. Thank you so much, Reshma.
Yes. So, Dr. Sreeveni, we all first would want to know what inspired you, from a physics lecturer going to something like training, coaching, and, self transformation. What was that pulled you towards coaching?
Yes, in life, whenever there is a trigger, something happens. So that's how we see silkworm. How do you get silk? After that is triggered, right? The worm is triggered. Similarly, I have been leading my life by I have completed MSc Physics, and by default I became a physics lecturer, and I continued for over 20 years, and I was leading a very comfortable life with my husband, my two kids, son and daughter, and I was actually going into a kind of a stable career and all. Then there was a sabbatical when my kids were into their after 10th class, when they were deciding which stream to go. That was when I took a sabbatical of 3 to 4 years until they settled down into their professional educational path. So at that time, during that sabbatical time, I was doing nothing, and then I saw that somehow everything was being taken granted for. Then there was a trigger within the family, and due to that trigger I was hospitalized, and in the hospital, that gave a pause to my mechanical life which I was leading. And during that stay in the hospital is all of this transformation happened. Why am I limiting myself when I have these innate qualities, god given gifts? Why am I not spreading myself? So that is when, after I coming out of the hospital, then recouping and recovering, I started investing in myself and thought I'll come back into a second career option. That's when I invested in myself, Dr. Reshma, to come into the training profession. Previously, I was a lecturer. I didn't want to go back to teach physics because the trend has changed, market has changed, how you project yourself has changed. I invested into ICBI, which is image consulting. Thereafterwards, I invested into many other corporate training programs, and that's how I became a trainer. And then that
Wow.
led to coaching one on one, and that's how the journey
Wow.
started.
Lovely, lovely. So I must say that you don't have to always sit under a bodhi tree to get that transformation, right? That enlightenment. You can get it anywhere. Even sickness, in your
Absolutely.
condition, like even sickness can actually make you think that what is it? Where do you want to go, and how do you want to go about creating that impact in people's lives? Lovely, lovely,
Absolutely.
Dr. Sreeveni. It's really awesome. It's really awesome. So,
Thank you.
you are working a lot on self worth. self image,
Yes.
and today, whenever we are talking about self worth, I think it's very important for us all to understand how we perceive ourselves
Yes.
decides where we are going and how we are going to go about, decides whether we are going to be happy in our lives or no. So self-worth, like they say, it's better to value yourself before anybody else values you,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
also that whole thing that where you want to where you are at what place, and how much you'll be valued also depends on the kind of people you are surrounded with, right?
Absolutely.
So can you just for our benefit tell us a little more about self-worth and self-image and how it impacts our very well-being?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Sorry for that. So basically, we all are at some point of time or the other, we are leading very mechanical lives. We are rushing, running through the daily chores and the hectic schedule which we are continuing it. We forget it becomes dormant with us. As a child, yes, we are aware of ourselves. As a child, we are aware of our abilities, of our skills, of showcasing ourselves as the best. We do that as a child, but as we are growing up, because of the labels we are being subjected to, we limit ourselves. We feel others are what others are saying is better or more important than what we feel ourselves, and somehow we forget. It becomes dormant. So these kind of triggers or something which you, when you do the self introspection, that's when you come to know who you are later on. What I mean to say is, this has to be inculcated in the childhood. That's what I'm doing as of now. It has to be inculcated in the childhood itself as to who you are. So it starts with your self image. Self image is your internal voice. What are you talking to yourself? Basically, what I would say, that how you perceive yourself is your inner qualities and your body image. So it is a combination of your body image and your inner qualities. Inner qualities will be, it is a combination. So body image, however it is, if you are having your inner qualities, you have a strength in this, you go ahead. And some people are there who value their body image, and then maybe they are not so strong, even then you go ahead. It is a combination. So what you speak to yourself, I am the best, how you groom yourself, how you project yourself, see how you see yourself, how you talk yourself, how you value yourself, how you talk to yourself. But then there is only one quadrant which
Yeah,
others
so
perceive. But towards the end, what happens is, we sometimes end up saying, why is this person not understanding me properly? Why are those people not able to get what I am trying to convey? All this is because you are focusing only on one quadrant. You are forgetting the three other quadrants which you can focus on. That is your internal voice, self image. When you bring a transformation there, that is how you will get your self esteem. Self esteem is how you're respecting yourself, your innate qualities, and then comes to your self worth. The values, the values you stick to, the ethics you follow, the principles you follow, and what is that quality in you which you want the world to see, world to understand, which you want to contribute to the world. And finally, the gratitude which you're expressing. All of these combination is your self-worth. Once you know your worth, you are not going to settle with what others tell you. Why should you depend on others' opinions? You know who you are. This is what has to be inculcated since childhood. That is when we are growing up, we will not have these global issues of low self-esteem issues, or people, ending up their lives because they are not able to realize their worth. That is what I feel, Dr. Reshma.
right, very well stated, Dr. Sreeveni. You said a very, very pertinent statement you passed, saying that it is all there in the childhood. Your self
Yes,
image is developed in
yes,
the childhood. And I think childhood plays a significant role in building your image and the people around you. You also use this word labels,
yes,
which I am like intrigued by it, because I remember there are certain labels we all get, in our
yes.
childhood, and these labels make us feel okay, I can't do it, I am not good, these kind of things really affect, and then it becomes a part of you, our self
Yeah,
image. And
Yes.
that is what we keep telling ourselves whenever there are situations where you need to deal with things, you just fall back, you withdraw because
Yeah.
of these labels that have been given to you by people around you, right? So
Yes.
these play a significant role. So do you think, Dr. Sriveni, this whole thing about self-image and construction of self-image begins at childhood, and as parents we also need to work on that?
Absolutely. I feel, Dr. Reshma, that is the most important, and it is very, it impacts your lives, child. Now, as I have been into this research of self transformations, the amazing concepts which I have come across, these are facts. Below 7 years is what the child subconscious memory is formed, and how we behave now, exactly how we behave is 95% based on your subconscious, and it is only 5% regarding your consciously living and behaving. So in your subconscious memory, what is registered already, it is programmed by the time you reach 7 years. So what happens, we in the childhood, what we do as parents is up to 2 years, 3 years, of course, like a prince or a princess we treat them. But as they are growing, as we are exposing to the neighbors, the school, and other surrounding areas, they are getting labeled. And when they are getting labeled, it is a responsibility of the parent to see that the child doesn't get those emotional scars. These emotional scars are the one which limit the child. So it is a very holistic development which we need to give to the child by the age of 7 years, that come what may, I am the best, I can do anything, nothing is impossible once you practice and you implement them. So if you are giving the child this kind of confidence, self confidence and self worth for the child below 10 years, definitely the child is able to win the world later on. I don't say make it a smooth thing, let the child handle the situations, tackle the difficulties, and then become strong internally. So the core becomes strong, and the personality also develops as the child is growing. If you are
Right.
actually prisoning the child in a very soft and very kind of cushioning atmosphere around, seeing that the child does not get hurt, the child does not get emotionally, so the child later on cannot face the world. That is what I have seen.
Right. So there has to be a balance between both, where you are actually nurturing every aspect of the child's life, so that child's construct of the self-image becomes really strong. Dr. Sriveni, you
Absolutely.
also spoke something about it's a combination of two things, right?
Yes.
Self-image. You said it's
Yes.
also about the exterior, the personality,
Yes.
and the
Yes.
way you portray that as well. So take us a little about talk to us a little about that as well.
Sure, sure. Yes. So here, self image, I mentioned that it is a combination of your body image and your inner image. So I'll give you one small example. Adnan Sami, if you remember, he's the Pakistani singer, right? So
Right.
previously, we know him as a very wonderful, melodious singer. Previously, he was around 180 kgs when he was overweight, yet he was so famous for his voice. So here what I'm telling you is, the body image was not in supportive for him. He was overweight, and he would have got so many labels because of that, but yet he did not shrink with his labels. He was actually using his voice, which is his inner worth, inner value. With that, he became very famous. Later on, he of course worked on his body also, body image, and then he became 78 or 80 kgs. So this is one example where, even if your body image is not supporting you, you can win the world with your inner qualities, inner strengths. This is one example. Another one I would like to tell you, it is of course it is a little controversial. I would not like to take the example by naming it, but there's one Bollywood actress who is a long legged beauty. who did her debut with Amitabh Bachchan, she had a wonderful body image, but then she could not face the life's challenges. She ended up her life. So that means her inner strength, she could not recoup her. So even if she had a wonderful body image, she could not build her inner image. So she ended up. So now what is that we must consider is combination. So even if one of them is not supporting, take the support of the other and then build your self image. What is it? The internal voice. What are you telling yourself? How you want to push yourself? How you want to proceed into the future? That is what I would like to convey. Self image.
Right, right. And I think a positive self image is very important and plays a very, very significant role in one's growth, one's development, and one's success. Right?
Yes.
So I think we need to really take note of what you're saying about the self image. So I also want to explore what about your I mean, how do you connect with people, and ensure that their self image, their body image, and their inner self image comes together? I would be very interested in knowing a little about that.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So, what happens is when I reinvented, launched myself as a trainer,
Yeah.
after I got the certified, I integrated my life experiences with the certification courses, and I have a signature module called Self Worth as your first impression. Now, when I was conducting this signature module as open workshops, I had different versions of it. I was doing for as first impressions for sales professionals, first impressions for homemakers, both the genders, and then first impressions for corporate employees who are stagnant in their life, stagnant in the sense 15, 20 years they work and then they feel that nothing is exciting, nothing is interesting. So then acha ho gaya, life is done. But then I pull out their dormant in true potential to exhibit in a much better way to the society so that they create their better versions of their lives. So when I was doing all of this, I was training people around 40 to 45 people in open workshops pre-COVID. And then when COVID happened, I actually made it online. And when I started doing online, of course, the spread was more, the reach was more. So then people started asking me for coaching one-on-one. That's how coaching also started. And this journey with people coming in touch, and I also developed the digital skills where I am promoting myself in all the social medias. I share my work, I share my testimonials, and then the reach is there such that people connect with me, and that's how I am progressing as of now. So there are very different kind of people, and my skills what I have acquired is from ICBI. I have acquired the image transformations externally, how to project yourself, because each person is unique. You can't be a celebrity like how totally 100% body perfect. We are not. So image, how you groom yourself, how you dress yourself will be pertaining to your body shape. There is an evaluation, and then I can tell you what cut suit you, what dress suits you, what colors suit you, how you need to be, camouflaging the areas which are not supporting you, how you can highlight the areas which you have not focused on. So that is one part, externally projecting yourself. And apart from it, see, it's not what is the point in dressing yourself as a mannequin when you do not know your inner strengths. So I also work on the inner strengths. So inner strengths is where their true potential which is existing in themselves, they need not go and acquire by paying money outside. They have it within them. Just pull it out of you and then just finish it, sharpen it, and then excel. So both of these, when I'm combining them, they are getting that holistic development, and there happens the self transformations.
Right, right. Wow, wow, that's really nice because whenever we talk about we can't just focus on one thing. We need to, and as people who are working or homemakers, anybody, the first impressions are very, very important, and they make a lasting impact. It's
Absolutely.
not that they are the I would not say they are the last. The first is
Yes,
the last impression, but I would always say it makes a lasting impression. That's
lasting
what I
impression.
see. So it's very important for us to project our personalities our way, and grooming is an important part of the entire journey of a
Yes.
person, of a human being. Because
Yes.
as people, we also want appreciation. We also want people to like who we are
Yes.
and what we are doing.
Yes.
So, in that whole thing, I think it's very important for us to groom ourselves, right?
Yes.
And like you said, the right clothing, the right way to clothe yourself is very,
Project.
very
Yes.
important to project yourself in a better way so that you
Mm.
succeed in your life, because it really
Yes.
makes a lasting impression. Lovely,
Yes.
lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
That's really nice. So, like you said, you've already been doing like a lot of workshops, a lot of, and you've recently authored a book as well. Yeah. So, congratulations for that, Dr.
Thank you.
Sreeveni.
Thank
Two
you.
books, not one,
Two
but two
books.
books, right? So we
Yes.
would love, like, one is your guiding tips on self-worth, which is really
Yes.
going to be very helpful for each and every one of us, and the other is your self-worth as your first impression, which is
Yes.
also related to your signature program. So tell us
Yes.
a little bit about this whole journey of you as an author.
Yes. So the journey started 4 years back. The seed was there when I created my signature module, Self Worth as your first impression. I was doing it as a workshop, different versions for different target audiences, different segments. But then the seed was there that I need to author a book. So 4 years back, around 2018, I registered. I actually collaborated with a publisher that I will be writing a book. I thought it will just take 10 days, but then it didn't happen. I had the stuff in my head. But then it was not getting channelized into a book. Of course, taking a workshop is wonderful. You do a PPT and then you conduct some activities and then you go ahead. But the book is something which somebody reads and then they get the value out of it. How to bring that was taking a lot of time. In the process, I was having a lot of roadblocks, lot of hurdles internally as well as external also. So things were not supporting. COVID happened. I thought in COVID I'll get my time because we are not going out. But COVID was the time when everybody was at home, and we many of us have had this problem that we could not get our me time because we were actually along with many people and at home, and we were serving and helping and collaborating at home. So there was that little time, that personal space was not there, and you get these ideas when you are having your personal space. During this time, I was actually writing affirmations and aspirations in a separate Word document. And the book was one part, and a separate Word document, I was telling myself what is that I should be doing. And when I wrote that quote, that almost became more than 100. And my publisher said, Madam, that is wonderful value added edition. That will become a book by itself. And this got ready 1 year last 1 year before itself. In 2021, that got ready. Then he said he want to publish that. I said, no sir, this is the main book. The original one is the main book, so this I will give it as a supplement. And then I could complete this after focusing a little more. Once the 100 guiding tips for self-worth came together, I was so happy.
100 guiding tips for
And I was
self-worth.
so happy. Yeah, both the books I could launch together, and that I was so happy. So this is about, evolvement. Like how a tree, when it is cut, you see the type of rings there. Every layer has value. So these both the books are like that, how we evolve. One supplements
Lovely.
the other. Yes.
Lovely. Yes, yes. The entire process of transformation and transformation. I think that doesn't stop at all, right? It doesn't
It's a
stop. You can't say that
continuous.
it's a continuous process. You may
Yes.
feel that you've done it and finished it, but I think, yeah, there are other things that you would always want to explore, discover, and you keep knowing yourself. And that's
Yes,
so important also for your self-worth, right? That you keep
definitely.
discovering yourself again and again.
Yes,
Lovely.
yes, Dr. Reshma. So what happens is we as human beings also, we are growing day by day. So what you said is entirely right. There's never an end to it. We are learning every day.
Yes, yes, we are learning every day. True. So, some pearls of wisdom to the viewers.
Yeah. So it's basically what I would like to say is, for every person, the earlier you discover who you are, that is the start. the awareness, self awareness, that is the start for you. So every person needs to know what they are speaking to themselves. Basically, in the world outside, we give priority, we give importance to the rest of the people around us. That's how we have been tuned. That's how we are actually maintaining ourselves. But then come out of that shell, value yourself first. That is not selfish. We have been tuned that if you think about yourself more, it is selfish. No, first you value yourself, allow others to value you the way you want to perceive, you want them to perceive you. So you need to project, you need to work on yourself. So this is how in every area, if this is inculcated in the childhood, then that is the best thing that can happen to a human being. Because the human being, as they grow, as they evolve, they will become the best person to handle their life. For every person, it is only one life. How you lead your life is what you become, what you define yourself for, right? So that is what I would say. All of the viewers, your viewers, I respect all the viewers who are here, your subscribers, everybody, value yourself, give your self image a transformation, lead a better life. Thank you so much, Dr. Reshma.
Lovely, 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 Dr. Sriveni. It is really important for us all to first value ourselves.
Yes,
And I agree to this whole concept of selfishness. You know, people always say that if you think about yourself, you are selfish. And that is the reason why many a times self love goes for a toss in our lives. We just
exactly.
don't love ourselves because we feel loving ourselves is being selfish. But I think loving ourselves is very important. And all the scriptures also talk about whenever you want to grow, it's about going within, not going
Yes,
outside. It's all about within, it's everything inside you, right?
yes,
And
within.
I think we as human beings have come into this world to explore ourselves. It's
Yes,
important
yes.
for us to know ourselves, what we do, where we do, how we go about doing it, and keep evolving, keep changing, because change is universal. And
Change
we're
is
all,
universal. Yes,
yes,
change is universal and it is ever growing. See, acknowledge yourself, admire yourself, and appreciate yourself. These are the three A's which we need to do every day.
lovely, lovely, lovely. Very nice, Dr. Sriveni. Dr. Sriveni, there are some questions also for you
Okay.
here. One of the questions is, what was your first and cherishing experience after you started your career in training and coaching?
Oh, cherishing experience is when I was doing the training, the kind of transformation they get during the training. And then they come up and say, "Oh my God, Sriveni, this was what was happening to me. I realized just now during this workshop that I was in the wrong, in the false understanding." And this transformation which they get, that is the best thing, self satisfying. You have transformed a life. Nothing
Love.
is more important than that. That kind of small subtle changes which
Yeah.
bring lot of impact in their lives. That was
Lovely.
one. Yes.
Okay. And there is also, what are the styles you would suggest for women who do not have enough hair?
Enough hair, you mean to say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Enough hair. Okay,
Yeah.
so one is a remedy which you can go for these natural products to regrow your hair, that anyone anyway would tell. But then how you according to your hair, you just see what style suits you, and according to that you have a face evaluation, and according to the face evaluation you also have the hair, and you can match to that pertaining to your external garments which you are using, and those again will be based on your body shape. So when there is a coordination from top to bottom with respect to your hair, your face, your body shape, and the garments which you are wearing, then there is a uniqueness for you. You will have a personal style. That is what we say. Each person is unique. Have your own personal style. Do not copy what others are doing.
Right, right. And to add to that, it's all about how you carry yourself, right? With whatever little you have, how you carry yourself. Initially, they would say that being bald is really bad, but I say now it's the entire concept has changed where they say bald is beautiful. So it's all about how you carry
How you
yourself, and that really makes a difference in your personality. It's about carrying yourself
absolutely.
yourself very beautifully. And you can also go for different products which are there in the so wigs and
Yes.
extensions and all those things. So I think that will also
Hair
help.
extensions, yes, hair extensions and wigs and all can be used, but then
Yeah,
that is again timely based depending on the situation. Now, if
right.
you are feeling worthy about it, just go bald. What's there? You
Very
are
true.
worthy
Yeah,
of
it's
it,
just
right?
about how you carry. Very true.
Yes.
Very true. There is another question which says that you're always energetic. Do you anytime get tired?
This is to the universe, gratitude to the universe. So yes, I also feel this energy is because we are learning and implementing. I feel a child within myself. That is what brings energy. Haven't we seen children? They are always energetic. They never, you, even when you're putting them to sleep, they are not tired, right? So that is how, when we are internally, when we feel the energy, when we feel as a child we are growing, we are learning, we are implementing and exploring, that's what brings energy. That I think
Lovely.
that's only my
Lovely,
secret.
Dr. Sreeveni. You brought a very important point, that is always keep that child in you alive. And that
Yes.
will give you happiness, that will bring the energy that you so much require, right? So keep that child alive is something I think we and the viewers, everybody should learn from you. Awesome,
Yes.
awesome, Dr. Sreeveni. It was really awesome talking to you as always. And thank you for coming on the show and helping us understand the role of self image and self worth in ensuring our growth. And for you all beautiful people out there, build your self image because you need to value yourself first so that others value you. Right, Dr. Sriveni?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Dr. Reshma. Wonderful. I have been seeing you also working extensively, and your work is reaching so many people. That itself is bringing a lot of transformation. I see the kind of spread it has, the reach it has. So all your viewers, your subscribers, I am also grateful to all of them, along with you and your team. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So I recommend, and I also suggest that many people subscribe your channel, so that they are getting these week by week episodes. There's a lot of interesting things that's happening here. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Dr. Reshma, for the
Thank you. Thank you
opportunity.
so much, Dr. Sriveni. And thanks, people, for watching. Hope you liked it. If you did, please share some love by liking, sharing, and commenting. Look forward to meeting you all next week, same day, same time,
Yeah.
with another interesting learning. Promise to keep it real always. Tada. See you and take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.